Coronavirus disaster. How do you protect your business from coronavirus and what's the pitfalls? In this video, I'm going to share my top tips for protecting your business and your income and your livelihood from coronavirus. Let's go. Hey gang, I'm Sinclair. I'm a UK business owner. I employ over 450 people. So I'm not a scientist. I don't know about the medicine around coronavirus. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but what I do know is I've got a business and I've got to find £500,000 worth of payroll every single month to make sure my staff get paid, and I've got to make sure cash flow comes into my business. So it's a big concern of mine, and these are the things that I'm going to do in this video, which I'm going to share with you of the ways I'm going to mitigate those problems to make sure that I keep my business going. I've had loads of business owners DM me, private message me saying, James, what are you doing in your business? Can you help me? So I'm putting this video together to help your business stay in business. This coronavirus thing is getting clicks on social media. It's selling newspapers. The media are loving it. The reality is, I think deep down, it's going to come and go as fast as any other media storm. I think we need to realise the facts that, yeah, sadly one person died in the UK so far at the time of making this video, but 2,500 people a day die from diabetes, for example. 2,500 people a day die from cancer in the UK. You know, there's these huge facts. So I think we need to be conscious and remember that this is serious and it's tragic that someone's died, but we need to put it in context of the numbers. That said, if the government doesn't force me to close down my businesses, let me tell you what my businesses are. They are very much businesses where the public go to. We own day nurseries, visitor attractions, and right now we're getting plenty of footfall. Our customers are still coming. We're still doing cash flow, but I'm looking at it from a worst case scenario. So what I do is I've got my team together and we're going to write up a plan, and that's my top tip for business owners. You know, get it written up into a plan so that you can sort of brain dump onto paper what's going to happen, because that will give confidence to the people around you. And I think this is going to be a confidence issue, because if people are scared to go out for dinner, go to restaurants, go to cinemas, go shopping, it's going to have a knock-on effect to our economy. And business owners that prepare in advance usually are the ones that get through these things much quicker. So number one, you need to write up a plan. What's the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats? Now, I did put the word opportunities in there because if they do close schools and we don't close our businesses, then actually coronavirus could be a good thing, because, you know, people will be not going to work and they will get bored after a while and they might carry on going out, and we might see an opportunity from that. We've actually discussed that. But the weaknesses and the threats are just as important. And what's the strengths of your business? What can you do around your business? Say, look, can you make your business residual income led? Can you start uploading products to Amazon so that you can sell stuff online? Can you get telephone orders over the line? Can you do deliveries to customers with products and services rather than them coming to you? These are the things, the out of the box thinking that you need to be doing. And hey, here's the thing, right? I was talking to someone in recruitment, and you know, with recruitment, people meet face to face. And I said, well, why don't you FaceTime interviews and clients? And they said, that's a great idea, so that they can still keep the wheels of the business going. So could you use technology? Now, you might not want to do these things. Like a recruiter always wants to meet clients face to face. But hey, are we just going to say, no, we're not going to do anything? No, of course not. We've got to find other ways, other strengths that we've got. And technology could be a strength to really solve a lot of problems. Start looking at it now. Let's look at my next tip. So number one is write a plan, look at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats to your business, and get it jotted down on paper. It'll make a big difference. Let's look at tip two. So we need to find out if you've got business interruption cover. We call this BI cover in your business. So if your business closes because of a fire, a flood, your insurers will cover you for the business interruption. What you need to find out is if coronavirus or something like this is covered in your insurance policy. Well, you've definitely got to make sure is when you renegotiate for your insurance policy, make sure you get something like this added in. Now, I've spoken to some business owners, great news, they are covered. I've spoken to some other business owners and they're not covered. If you're not covered, don't worry, stick around in this video, because I'm going to share with you the top tips that I'm going to be putting into place for those that are not covered and those that are covered. Let's go. I think it's really important that what we do is we keep our team members really informed on the threats and risks to the business so that they are on your side, because team members will be seeing this stuff in the news, they'll be reading newspapers, they'll be clicking on social media. It's mad on social media at the moment. They're going to be worried about it, so keep them informed on the measures that the business is putting in place. Tell them of the risks, but say, look, we're doing this and this and this to solve any potential pitfalls. This will make them really feel more secure, more likely to go to work, less likely to start panicking, because when you're a business owner, you're a leader, and leaders should lead the teams and manage the situation. So we're communicating with all of our team members on exactly the steps and measures we're going to take to make sure that we stay open, that we carry on trading, and that we're going to survive in business. Next one, I think this is really important, is that you write to your MP. If you're in America, maybe it's your congressman or your senator, and you can ask them, what support are the government going to put in place? Now, here's my hope and pray that as many business owners as possible will write a letter to their MP. Now, here's the thing, if you want to put in a comment below or private message me on Instagram or LinkedIn, and I will send you the letter that we're sending to our Ministers of Parliament, and we're sending one of these in every location. We're in 11 locations that our businesses operate out of, and you can literally cut and copy and paste that, because MPs and local government need to be hearing from business owners that they need support, and there is measurements that business owners can do. Now, in 2008, governments reduced VAT because of the financial crash. I think that's a great measure that government should be doing. They reduced it back down to 15%. That would generate a lot more cash flow. Are they going to give a business rates holiday, for example? Are they going to reduce national insurance? Are they going to give tax holidays? These are things that business owners need to be sending so many letters to MPs, so that they got it coming in from all directions, so that they can go to their ministers and senior ministers, and indeed the Prime Minister and the President, to make sure that they're using some of their war chest, which governments have got, to put into mitigating this risk, because we want to trade and we want to survive. And if the income taps turn off, we need to be doing everything that we can to make sure our voices are heard as a business community. This is something that you can do. So if you want that letter, send me a private message, put it in the comments below, and we'll send that to you via email. Okay, next tip. This is my fifth tip, and it's similar to what I just told you to do with MPs, but actually, MPs and governments slow to turn the wheels of traction and action. So what I suggest you next do, now, if you are forced to close, or 50% of your customers are not trading with you because they don't want to go out. I mean, this is some of the stuff that we're sort of planning and thinking can happening. I was at a restaurant for dinner last night, and they said they had half the amount of people at the restaurant compared to the week before, and they rang some of the customers, and the reason they didn't go was because they didn't want to be in a public space about coronavirus. So the effects of this is actually happening now. We need to be planning and taking action on this. So I suggest that you call your local government, where you pay your local business rates to. I suggest you call HMRC on VAT and say to them, look, we've got problems that we can see coming up in the next 3 months. We're all right now, but what's going to happen in the next 3 months? Can we have a holiday repayment on business rates? Can we take 3 months off? Or can we take 1 month off and you spread the rest of the payments over 10 months? Or just give us 2 months grace period so that we can carry on trading the business. I think you should do the same to HMRC for VAT, for corporation tax. If you're due any of that stuff, ask them, bring them in advance and say to them that I can see these problems coming up. What can you do to help us? This is really important. Next, call your financiers as well. This is my big piece of advice. If you've got loan repayments, you should be, for example, say you've got 5 years left on your mortgage on a business premises or a business loan. Ring them up and say, look, I've got to pay you 50 more payments over the next 5 years. Can you stop taking any payments for us for the next 3 months and bolt it on at the end of the 5 years? Because that cash flow improvement can go in and pay your staff and pay your electric, anything. I mean, electrics, utilities, ring them, ask them, because what it's all about, guys, the big trick that we're doing here is to create cash flow in a place where you can't get customers to come and trade for your business. That is what we're trying to do here. Who can we call? Who can we delay repayments to? The Crown, the government, big utilities companies, anything like that, where you can just get yourself 3 3 months cash flow back in the business. Even if you've got plenty of cash, I still think that you should be doing this stuff because we don't know how serious it's going to be. Now, what the thing is, you don't want to do this stuff until it really starts taking action, because you can only ask once, I believe. So if you start seeing that economic downturn, like serious, not just 10%, but if it goes to like 50%, you've got to start preparing all this stuff. Now, we're getting all the letters and emails written in case that needs to happen. We're doing that now. We're not sending it because right now we're trading fine. But if it does happen, then that's what we're going to do. And my last massive piece of advice is this. You know, you don't want to be an operator of your business, you want to be a marketeer of your business. And I think that the general public are going to be thinking, well, we won't be going there. They're obviously not going to be open. Now, that is a serious problem. So it's really important that you've got an email database, that you're doing Facebook stories, shares and likes and all of this stuff. You need to be putting it out there that your business is continuing to trade as much as you can. Market your trading with these key metrics, with an offer, so that people think, oh yeah, actually we will go and do that, because sometimes people just need that push over the edge to go and do it. Oh, actually, yeah, that restaurant is open, or that play centre is open, or the cinema is open, or that shop is open. Market that you're open, put an offer with it so that it gets people to go, come on, let's go and do that. With crucial this, with a CTA, that's a call to action. So that offer has got to have a call to action, like do this now because you'll get X, Y, Z, or do this now before the price goes up, or do this now before we sell out, do this now because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. That's a call to action. Do this now before we close down, which we don't want you to do. So we're going to do an offer, we're going to market that we're continuing to trade, and we're going to do it with a call to action. They are really smart things to do, because you should always be marketing your business, even if you're busy, but you should market your business immensely in a situation like this, because you need to remind people that you're still in business. As even if you're a takeaway restaurant as well, market to people, we're still sending out pizzas, offer, call to action, and make that happen. Now look guys, if you're new here and you've only just discovered me, I actually spent so much time on YouTube helping people grow their businesses. Click here and you can see a whole host of videos on where I help people grow their businesses. That's why we exist on YouTube. Let me know what you're doing in your business to keep your business going in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to continued success. See you real soon. Bye-bye.